Right, number 11, guys, part dos of your review. Remember, you are supposed to have completed the review first and then come back here to check your answers. The distance between two towns is 120 kilometers. There are approximately 8 kilometers and 5 miles. Which measurement is closest to the number of miles between these two towns? So we are comparing miles and kilometers. We know that there are 8 kilometers and 5 miles. Remember, I want my labels to be matching as I set up my proportion. And we want to know how many miles are in 120 kilometers, okay? So right now, I know that the relationship between 8 and 120 is to multiply by 15. And 5 times 15 is going to be 75. So it is 75 miles and 120 kilometers. All right, let's look at number 12. Number 12, James can read 520 words in 2 minutes. Luke can read 960 words in 5 minutes. At what rates are they able to read? So we have James and we have Luke. And they are both comparing words per minute. Okay, for James, we have 520 words in 2 minutes. We want to know how many words he can read in 1. So we divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 520 divided by 2 is 260. So James can read 260 words per minute. Okay, let's look at Luke, also comparing words in minutes. Okay, Luke can read 960 in 5 minutes. Okay. Excuse me. So let's see what my relationship is. 960 divided by 5, that would give me 1, 9. Let's try to do it in my head. Let's not do that. 5, 1. This is 9, 192. Okay, 192 words per minute for Luke. Okay, and then we can stop there because it just says which rates are they able to read. Number 13, a sweater is marked 30% off during the end of season sale. If the sweater was originally $56, how much was the sweater on sale for? All right, so we have 30% off. 30% is over 100. The sweater was originally $56, so we line that up over here. We are looking for the 30% off price. So I can simplify this to 3 over 10 because they're both divisible by 10. I know that 10 times 5.6 is going to give me 56. So 3 times 5.6 is going to give me $16.80. This says how much was the sweater on sale for? Well, so if the original price was $56 and 30% off was $16.80, so the sale price of my sweater is going to be $39.20 because I have to take off that 30% off price. All right, number 14. Of the 650 students at Westmoreland Junior High, 80% will attend the field trip. How many students will attend? So we have 80% over 100. There are 650 kids at the school. We can simplify this because they are both divisible by 10. 10 times 65 would give us 650. 8 times 65 is going to give us 520. So 520 students went on the field trip. All right, number 15, Michaela spent $234 preparing for a party with 18 guests. So we have money and guests. Okay, so $234 for 18. We want to know the price of one guest. We can make these numbers a little bit smaller. This would be like 117 if we divide it in half. This would be 9. We could divide by 9 to get here. Divide by 9 here. And this would give me $13 per person for one person. If I have $104, we need to know how many guests could come to that party. So I'm just going to keep going with my, what am I trying to say? I'm going to keep going with my, yep, ratio table would not come to me. So 13 times 8 is going to give me 104, and 1 times 8 is going to give me 8. So I could have 8 guests at my party for $104. All right, number 16. Swim rings are on sale at Sam's Swim Shop. They are marked 15% off the original price of $24. How much will you save by buying them on sale? So we have 15% over 100. They are $24. Okay, I'm going to simplify both of these by 5s. This would be 3. This would be 20. If I got here, I could probably do a little 20x is equal to 72 because it's going to be a little bit harder to see. Divide the relationship, divide both sides by 20. X is equal to 3 and 12 over 20, which simplifies to 6 over 10. They're both divisible by 4, so this is going to be 3/5. 3 and 3/5. If we're talking about money, that would be $3.60, guys, because 6/5 or 3/5 is equal to 60. 60%, 60 cents. How much would you save by buying them on sale? You would save $3.60. Number 17, Sam's Swim Shop also owns a small beachside stand. The beachside stand profits about 25% of the amount that the swim shop profits. If the stand profited $2,000 in March, how much did the swim stand? So we want to know what 25% of this profit is. Okay, so guys, we need to think about this. We have a swim shop and we have the stand. The shop is going to make more than the stand, okay? They get about 25%. If the stand profits $2,000, so this is $2,000, but this is also 25%. I'm sorry, let me bring my paper down. This is also 25% of this. We would have to take $2,000 and multiply it by 4. Why? Because if we're talking about 25%, there are 4 parts. If the stand gets 2,000, 2,000 times 4 is going to give me 8,000. So the price that the actual shop makes is 8,000. We could put this into a proportion to check our work if we wanted to. If we did 25 over 100 and put our 8,000 total here, this would be 1 out of 4. We multiply this by 2,000 and this by 2,000 to check our work. Okay. Number 18, Kendrick caught rainbow trout. 22 were rainbow trout and 18 were tiger. Oop, let me pause. Okay, guys, number 18. I cannot remember if I read this or not, so I'm going to read it one more time. Kendrick caught 22 rainbow trout and 18 tiger trout while fishing last month. What percent of the trout were tiger trout? So we have rainbow. We have tiger. And then this time we will have a total. Okay, so 22 rainbow to 18 tiger, which is 40 total. Okay. What percentage of the trout were tiger trout? So we have 18 out of the 40. So we're looking at this number right here. 18 out of the 40 that were tiger trout. If percents are always over 100, okay, what we are going to do is simplify both of these numbers. They are both divisible by 2, so this would be 9 over 20. It's very easy to see this relationship. 20 times 5 is 100. So 9 times 5 is 45. He runs 4 miles for every 9 miles he bikes. So we are talking about running and we are talking about biking. So, all right, so we have 4 miles that we were running to 9 miles that we were biking. At the end, he's run a total of 92 miles. So we want to know how much he's been biking. Okay, the relationship here is that we are multiplying by 23. And if we multiply 9 by 23, all right, 9 times 23 is going to be 207. So he would bike 207 miles. Last one. Oh, no. Yes, one more. 20. All right. Men's swim trunks are marked at $42. Approximately how much will the 6% sales tax be on a pair of swim trunks? So we have the 6% sales tax out of 100. They cost $42. We are looking for how much the 6% would be. All right, we can simplify this. We can divide both of them by 2. So this would be 3 over 50. This relationship is going to be a little bit difficult. So it is okay if we want to do the cross multiplication for this one. So we have 50x is equal to 126. Divide both sides by 50. X is equal to 2 and 26 over 50, which ends up being 13 over 25. But if we're talking about money, 72 cents. So about $2.72 would be the tax. Alrighty.